Alright boys, welcome back to the Black Clover more video, and today I want to go through characters that need to come to the game now. These are characters that have basically already shown up in story mode. We kind of get characters loosely based off story mode. Obviously we are slowly progressing through the story, and as we get towards the end arcs we get more hype characters. That means we're not going to be jumping straight towards the Spade arc in the Dark Triad, and obviously all the stuff that come from the time skip in the movies. So while it's easy for me to sit here and say yeah we should get those characters, these are characters that have already kind of shown up in the story mode, and some of them are surprisingly actually don't have in the game. So we're going to go through it, but before that boys, if you guys are new, of course subscribe, and of course let me know in the comments down below which character you lot want to see come to the game, whether that be from the layer arcs. Mine personally is Sekiro, who's obviously not on this list, and if you want him, then comment down below one of the 10 or 11-ish that I'm about to name, and hopefully these characters can come sooner than later. So we'll start off with one that's kind of already been shown a little bit. Once again, these are not going to be crazy popular characters, but it's the ones that we can kind of get right now, and that is Gio. You're probably thinking, who the hell is Gio? He is, I think, the dad to Kahona and Kayato. Is a character. The reason why I'm bringing him up is because he's been shown, I think literally in a recent update video, they showed him in game, and it's kind of why he's on this list. Don't really care too much about the character, but he will likely be an SR character, and since the character is already in game and shown to be playable, we just got a game in the game, right? I think one thing I love about SRs is that generally in this game, they can be really good. I mean, Gifso is a character, once again, not really used in terms of PvP content because he kind of made to be like a boss killer. But the character has his uses, and that's one thing you can do so much and work around with SR characters. Hopefully, we start to see more SRs because we kind of slow down a little bit. Going on with the fact that we should be getting more SRs, we're going to go over towards the Diamond Kingdom Goons. That's kind of what I'm calling them. Essentially, I feel like they might be saving this character or characters for one release character, but I'm not entirely too sure. We'll talk about it in a second. But essentially, the characters on screen now, they're already playable in game. We've versed them in story mode, so making these characters, like even SRs, like I said, even rare characters, just something to spice up the summons, because I know even for Gifso, I was quite excited to pull him, which is weird to say because he wasn't obviously an SSR character. But once again, SRs are actually good in this game. I don't mind getting more of them. Okay, so next one is a character that, to be fair, just got shown, so he's kind of towards the end of the list because he's not overdue yet, and that is Finro, but with a new hairstyle. It's actually a video we're going to make in the future talking about the fact that the way we get characters in this game is like slight appearance changes rather than actual being like special power-ups. But essentially, Finro does get a hair change, which you can see on screen now, and yeah, that is probably going to be his first SSR version. Once again, it doesn't really matter too much if they are SR as long as they have good skills. But for an SSR Finro, this will likely be the one that we're going to be getting. But like I said, he's just shown up, so I don't expect him to come anytime soon. But he's most likely going to be dropping when we do get a new LadRos, who will be the one where he does go berserk, right? So it's we're probably going to get 2 SSRs, and those will probably be the 2 we're going to get in the future. Next is simple, just an SSR Gordon. Now, obviously it is SR because I have upgraded him, but he actually originally is a rare character. Just, I think out of all the Black Board members, kinda, we'll talk about one in the future in a second, but he's the only one that kind of been disrespected, being a rare character. I mean, look, Goro's not gonna have anything crazy until he probably loses his hat during the actual, elf arc, and that might give him an SSR character, but we have to probably wait for a seasonal character. Halloween was fitting. They even showed artwork of him, I believe, during one of the actual calendar months, the lead up towards the release of the game. But yeah, just not having an actual playable Gordon or even SR, just we need a new Gordon, and hopefully, I mean, we know the next seasonal characters, but hopefully one the seasons going forward, he will come out, because while he's already in the game, he's not really, so getting a new character will be like kind of refreshing. This character is a character that I've seen pop up a few times actually, in terms of like just Discord and even some comments, and that is Kush. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. Basically Mimosa's brother. He stands out. I mean, why not, right? And just getting more characters in the game. Once again, he would be probably likely a rare or even SR character. However, I feel like, once again, they're saving this character if they ever do decide to add him for a release of another character that is later on this list. So we're not going to dwell too much onto him. But moving on to the big one that I'm actually surprised is not in the game. And I actually just found out now that they were actually meant to be SSR characters. And that is FenZ and his squad, right? So FenZ, Domine, and also Morella. These are 3 characters that have massive presence and to be fair, only show up during the actual witch arc, which we're now about to leave on JP. In fact, we're now starting the actual, you know, Royal Knight selection. So we've kind of just skipped over these characters, which is kind of surprising. And I just found out while making this video that they were leaked, actually. And FenZ and Osa Morella were meant to be actual SSR characters. Dominate made to actually be a rare character. But yeah, very shockingly skip these two characters, especially right now in Global, when you can go in and actually fight them. I haven't actually seen the animations, but you can probably see in the back right now. Once again, the cool characters, when they don't show up again, the only time they really could have been added to the game was during the witch arc, which they've now just kind of skipped over now, right? Yeah, a little bit disappointing out of these ones to not get them in the game, because I really like it. I mean, she's kind of just a worse version of Sekirei, to be honest with you lot, but still, FenZ, I think, is an important one. He actually looked really good in the animations that I did see when I was playing the game yesterday. Very disappointing. People would have loved these characters. Next one, which I'm very surprised didn't drop with Black Asta, even as a standard character, but he's meant to be an SR apparently, and that is LadRos. I mean, once again, he's the one who activates or kind of goes against Black Asta during his reveal, and yeah, not to get this character in game when Black Asta dropped was kind of surprising. I hope that's because they planned to delay him to make him an SSR character, because there was no reason not to add him if he was only meant to be planned to be an SR character. But I guess this is like not his awakened version. Maybe when he does awaken a little bit, gets, you know, more of like the effects around him, that will warrant him being an actual SR character. But yeah, LadRos is one that, to be fair, I really don't care about, but in terms of presence in the anime and the story itself, he should have been in the game by now. It's yeah, kind of a joke. Okay, so one of the only characters on this list that isn't really a new character, but more of a move the character does, and that is just simply the Sea Dragon's Roar Noelle. I mean, we are going to be getting a new Noelle, which you can see on screen now, and this is going to be the one, I think, loosely based off when she goes towards the underwater temple, you know, when she gets the massive bubble, where she transports the whole black balls underwater. I think that's what this character's been based off the leaks and animations, or skills that we've seen in the actual leak files. So I guess we are slowly building up towards, obviously, Sea Dragon's Roar Noelle, but then it's rumored to be right now that we're going to be getting the Valkyrie armor Noelle for the actual first year anniversary after Spirit Dive Union in about like 4 months. And I don't think they're going to fit in another Noelle. So it basically means we kind of just skipped over Sea Dragon's Roar Noelle. Not only that, it's probably going to be a seasonal character, very similar to how they did Yami. And personally, I love when you build up towards characters. So when we do get Sea Dragon's Roar Noelle in the future, right after Valkyrie Noelle probably, the hype's not going to be there. So once again, I prefer them to build up to it rather than just jump straight towards the hype characters. So yeah, this one's a little bit disappointing. The next one was literally the top of the list during the actual survey when you ask characters you want to see in the game. And yeah, she's right on my screen right now. Great. It's shocking, generally shocking right now. She is not in the game. Not too sure what they're saving her for. Maybe during the elf arc a little bit where she pulls up with Gordon. But yeah, I mean, it's a stable character, right? To not even have an SSR, even a rare character in the game. Never mind that, we didn't even have the actual pre-evolution where he's like that massive guy. That could have been a rare character on release, but he didn't do that. So yeah, Grey not being a character is shocking because, once again, it's a Black Bull member. Like, it's a main character and she's not in the game. When her model's already in screen right now and done. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. The fact that we got Zora before her, yeah, is a massive surprise. Okay, so the next one is basically number one, because I don't know what you're going to do with my actual number one pick here, but Dorothy, the only captain not in the game right now. So obviously they did just add Gordry, but bear in mind on JP and KR, Gordry did come out before, I believe, Julius. So it really felt like they were building up towards Julius by adding all the captains, but then completely skipped over Dorothy. And the weird thing is, she was meant to come out. There were leaks of her, in fact. Before the release of Black Clover Mobile, even on JP and KR, they built up the characters by showing all the captains, and obviously they show Gordry with also Dorothy. Dorothy, obviously one that wasn't shown during the beta, and a character that I was actually looking forward the most. So of course she was the only character that didn't get added. And like I said, it's weird, right? Because she's been leaked. We saw like a developer screenshot which showcased the actual Charlotte that never came out too, which also has an attacker Dorothy. And even in the files, we have her actual skills leaked as well. It's like such a weird character not to add before Julius. So maybe they're saving her for a festival character, who knows? And like I've mentioned a few times during this video, but we are slowly approaching the elf arc, which means we are going to be getting Elf Dorothy, who is just another character. So to get her before the base one will be very, very weird. But you also like to think that there will be a big gap in terms of releases between the base Dorothy towards the elf one. Yeah, this character I'm hoping comes out sooner or later, like generally when the next few characters come out, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, she probably is my most wanted character that in terms of characters they skipped, but the one that I want the most, and it's kind of annoying that this was a kind of a free character on the other Black Clover gacha game, but I guess I can see why they're not in the game. And once again, you know my favorite character is Sekrai, but it's Nero. Nero literally being the bird. How is she not in the game right now? I know it's a small character, and maybe it's weird to animate or even model, but once again, it was a free SSR character on the actual other Black Clover game that, you know, to be fair, Nero was massive in that game. But honestly, right now, I would love for Nero to unironically be a playable character. If not even just make it Asta with Nero, where maybe it's even just a base Asta right now, but Nero attacks for him. I know there's quite a lot of funny stuff they can do with the character, so that's kind of why I kind of want her to be in the game. But yeah, hopefully we get her before we do get Sekrai, because yeah, you gotta have Nero in the game, right? It's the main mascot on the way towards the series. But so boys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Let me know what you think of this list and characters you want to see. Like I said, I purposely went out my way to get characters that have basically shown up in story mode, means they could come to the game, rather than straight away jumping towards the end arc like the movie, and or even manga characters, right? There's so many characters that can come towards the game, and I'm not really too happy with how they handled some of the characters. Like I said, Gray, you know, Dorothy, these are characters that should have already been in the game. But hopefully with the release of Vanessa and Osazora, they're now hopefully starting to add more characters from the anime in terms of actual like canon characters, rather than solely focusing on a lot of actual seasonal ones. Boys, thank you for watching today's video. A second reminder to leave a like if you haven't, but you made it towards the end, and yeah, peace.